Welcome back everyone, Athlete's Mind, episode 12 today. Today I'm very excited for this one. It's been a while since we've done a footy one. So we have Corey Bellouard, Jake South on. So thank you for coming on. So they are the premiership winners of the Subiaco Reserves Footy Club. We're going to get straight into it. So first question is, how do you feel after the win?
Thanks for being here, mate. It's nice to always being my cousin and seeing how you've been going. It's good.
Yeah.
Finally getting on here. But after the win, it was just emotions were pretty high and just it was in a bit of shock. Took a while to settle in, but it was like, I think it's sort of like when I got to see you guys and my whole family, that was a really special moment for me. And
like the emotions probably.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
The feeling of winning was pretty insane.
I'd say the same, like especially like seeing your family after the game, like all the hard work you do from like November till start of October is like 10 months of just putting in the work and
Finally
see it
paid
pay
off.
off. It's pretty good.
Yeah, 100%. Because like winning a grand final, it's like it really means. I could tell it meant a lot to you guys and like the whole team.
Especially like how we did the finals. Like we beat every team in the finals.
Yeah, to go through all four teams was special.
Yeah, it was really good. It was great to watch. It was a great game, close game. I'm sure you guys would have been a bit nervous, like when it was neck and neck, but it was good to watch. So, yeah. Now, a question we ask everyone when they come on is like, how did you get into your sport? What's the journey looked like from a young age to now, sort of things, like from club to playing Subi?
For me, I was pretty much just ever since I can remember, I was just into footy. My dad just got me into footy a year younger than everyone else, but I didn't really care. I just wanted to play footy. I just had a love for it ever since, and haven't really lost it still. So I've just
stuck at it.
Yeah, just stuck at it.
Yeah, well, my dad got me into it as well. Played, I think, like in pre-primary at Carolina Saints. Didn't enjoy it, and then didn't play till like year 3 at North Beach, and then just from then on.
And you boys both played for Kareen, is that right?
I played from year 11 and 12 at Kareen because him and another mate Geordie were down there. So.
So you joined with them. Yeah. And how many games did you both play for Kareen?
I played 150 games for Kareen.
Wow.
So
yeah, that's quite a lot. How about you?
We played like 100 plus for North Beach, and then 20.
No, about 2 years. So
about 20 odd.
Okay. Yeah, not bad.
Many,
And were there any like junior memorable moments during that stage playing Kareen?
So for me, in year 10, we had an undefeated season. So that was until the finals. We lost the grand final, but that whole year, and then got the prelim to get into the grand final, and just being with like your close schoolmates and mates you played footy with forever was just really special. Even though we lost still, but
I don't think I really have one. Like playing North Beach was shocking for a while, and then went to Kareen and we weren't too much better. So
that's fair enough.
So I guess just playing with your mates would have been So how did you two become friends? Was that like through footy?
So you go.
So we went to school together at Kareen, and then we versed each other year 8. Long story, he got in my shoulders to take a specky. Didn't actually mark it, I still marked it.
We both had hands on it, but it was he just pulled it down.
I was too strong for him. Still am. And versed each other, and then about year 9 we got pretty close, and then North Beach was pretty bad. I got sick of it, and I think we were in like B or C grade and finished last on the ladder. So I was like, nah, I'll just move, and then went to them.
I think
brought us a lot closer.
With playing footy, definitely brought us a lot closer. Like we were probably best mates because of footy. I reckon, like going through Subi and then like Kareen together definitely made us a lot closer. Yeah,
because like playing sports with your mates just brings you together.
Same like every day as well, like with Subi and stuff like that.
And now that you're playing at like a serious level, reserves at Subiaco, like do you ever like look back at your club days and you miss that sense of fun, like less pressure back then that you might not get to experience now?
I certainly probably different to some people, but I sort of love the pressure, and that's why I find it more fun when it's more hard and it's more of a challenge, and it's not just easy. Like even the harder training sessions, like I find I get more out of it, and I enjoy that a bit more.
Okay, fair enough.
I definitely miss like playing with a couple other mates. Like our other best mates would be fun to run around with them. Like, even though they're not that good, but still be pretty fun just having a laugh.
I definitely will go back to it one day, and I probably will still enjoy it, but
it won't be the same.
Cause I get what you mean, because even some like I play footy for fun for school, but some of my mates, because they're like at a really high level, I don't really get to play with them anymore because I don't really get that experience. So I always look back at club days. So it's good to look back on. But and playing for Subiaco now, how did you actually like get invited to the system to try out Subiaco?
Yeah, so I was pretty fortunate. I think I was in there pretty early, so I think I can't remember exactly. Maybe 14s tried out, just didn't make it.
Yeah.
But 14s development squad, and then the year after 15s got into the squad, and pretty much since then I've just kept making my way up through futures and then Colts and now Resis pretty much.
Yeah.
Mine's like all through the years. Yeah, I didn't get invited to any 14s, 15s or anything like that because I was at North Beach and
Even
just
futures.
nothing, like none of those. And then went to Korean and end of year 11 end of year 10 started year 11 I grew, so I got pretty tall, about 6'5" now, so about that. And then so I always had like sort of good skills, and that helped me just like growing, so I kept the good skills. And then I went to Korean year 12. We didn't have a coach and got Michael Farmer, who was the like talent manager at Subi, and he got me down after that year and did Colts next year. And
So you'd say there's still other ways to get in, even if you don't play futures?
Yeah, for sure. Like,
I think it's with a lot of things.
Really.
Yeah, so people who you know, like if you know the right person, like you can sort of get through anyway.
Yeah, there's some of my mates that like they didn't play futures, but they're looking to get in the system, and like they're always telling me like, how do I get in, sort of thing. So I guess it is who you know. Yeah,
and just like asking the question, like you can. I don't think like if you ask the question to anyone, I'm sure you'd be able to get an invite down, or most clubs would be pretty open to doing that.
100%. And what would you say sets you guys apart from like those who tried and maybe didn't get selected? You know,
I would say mine's my skills, just because I was like wasn't that tall, and then I always had like left and right foot, because Dad always taught me left foot from when I was probably like year 3, and then so I've just always had it, so it's always good to have two sides of your body. Yeah,
definitely for a big man, especially. For me, I'd say I think I got a pretty good footy brain. I think that helps me a lot. But then also I think I just have like a big heart and just play harder than anyone else, and just want it more than anyone. I
think there was a time, I will speak more on this later, but in the grand final, I think you went for a mark in the first half. I think you got pushed in the back. Yeah. I was watching it back, and the commentators, saying, "Oh, really courageous by Corey Bellouard."
I do love trying to do that stuff.
Bellouard or something.
I know their names right. Did you hear the name?
Trophy? That was shocking. But one of the commentators pronounces it right. I think it's the other one. Does, It's
But we're so used to it now. It doesn't really bother me.
Yeah, even happens to me. What's been like the worst injury you've gotten from playing? Doesn't have to be footy. Could be any sport, just in general.
I mean, I've been pretty lucky. I've pretty much just had a couple very minor things, like maybe like. Yeah, I don't know. I really haven't had anything bad. I've been very lucky, so I'm very happy about that.
That's really good.
Not much either. Like hyperextended my knee, had bone bruising last year, and then broken a couple of thumbs, knocked out this year, and nothing else really.
Okay. How was that? Like getting knocked out? That would have been.
It was alright. It wasn't too bad.
It was a big hit, but we had it was an interesting one. We had two boys from that exact hit both go down. And we had someone else. And we had to pretty much play the game out with one on the bench. It was pretty. That's pretty insane. Right,
okay. And, well, speaking of getting knocked out, what's your thoughts on, like, the concussion rule where, like, they got to check before you're allowed back on?
Yeah, I think it's definitely something that is getting talked about as much as it has to be now. And, like, looking at the NFL, they made a pretty big mistake a couple of weeks ago with a guy, one of their quarterbacks, that tour. And I think it's good because now that's just created more awareness in other places. But I think especially in Australia and Aussie rules, it's a really good standard.
Like, I know in the NRL it's like 20-something days or something till you play next. So probably get to something like that eventually.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because I mean, you look at NFL, like they got like headgear and stuff, but AFL is you don't really have a lot of protection.
Yeah, you pretty much, it's just the rules that you got to rely on other players to just be responsible and safe.
100%. Now this season, Corey, you played in the back line mostly, and you're usually used to playing wing, is that correct?
Yeah, so for pretty much the regular season, I played in the wing, and then the finals I was pretty much in the back line.
And how did you find that, playing in the back line?
Yeah, I think I quite thrived in the back line. I was pretty happy there. I feel like playing with the other backs, it was just like, it felt like a team within a team, and that was just a really nice.
That's really good.
It was really nice, and like the way they helped me. A big part of it was just them helping me feel relaxed and just comfortable with them and playing alongside them. It was just like quite seamlessly fitted in. It was really good.
Yeah, and Jake, you played forward mostly this season. Yeah. Do you often play ruck?
Yeah. So first half of the year I played basically ruck, and then I kicked, I think 5 at the whacker, and then got to go down forward basically most of the year, which was pretty nice.
You adapted pretty well to that transition.
Yeah,
playing forward line.
You can't complain when you get to goals.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Just call it in.
Yeah,
Put it here.
put it on the head.
Now, going on to the grand final side of things, Corey, you had to play on Antonio Mitchell, I think it was, who kicked 3 goals. They weren't on you.
They weren't on me, no.
But that was in the first half, and then I think you had to go and play on him. So how did you sort of adapt to defending him? Because you did a pretty good job.
Yeah, so I was pretty happy when I went on him. I knew I played him about 4 weeks ago, and I was on him a bit there, so I was kind of like confident that I could do a role on him. But the week before that in the prelim, I had to play on Zach Mainwaring, and that was pretty much a lockdown role. That was a lockdown role, so I sort of knew what to do. Because before that, I've never really been a lockdown defender at all. So that was bit different. Definitely different. Yeah. Something I had to adapt, and I think just my footy smarts is just what made me get there.
Mainwaring's dad played for Eagles, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a West Coast legend. He was, and then but he sadly passed away. But then his son's pretty good. He's playing for Claremont at the moment. But
So that was a challenge for you, which you seem like you adapted well. So
it was a good challenge, but I love a challenge.
He was
just
injured,
embraced
though,
it.
So
He was injured.
He won't tell you that.
Oh, that's all right. Who have you like currently look up to, or when it comes to footy, who do you look up to? Whether it's like past or now, whether it was during your club days.
Yeah. Mine was probably I like Brody Grundy, especially when I grew and I was like playing in the ruck. I used to love watching Grundy. Yeah,
I'd say when I was growing up, I played a lot of like forward and want to be a little bit of forward sneaks. I think Mark McCrath is probably my one. I loved watching him. Yeah,
was there any like coaches that are like a dream club?
Yeah, I've been pretty lucky. I've had a lot of good coaches. I had Darren Harris, who's currently the WestPerth coach.
Gonna mention that.
Yeah, he was the Eagles assistant coach in 2006 and spent time at Carlton, so he was really good. And like Jake said, we had Michael Farmer at Careen. He was
he was pretty
he
good.
was in the Subiaco waffle system for a long time. And then through Subi, I've always had great coaches through Subi as well.
Just speaking about Darren Harris quickly, because I go to Trinity, he coached the first team for half the season in 2021, I think it was. Last year, and he pretty much we gave him the worst loss in his coaching career. This his words, not mine. I think he got the offer at where's he coaching now? WestPerth. He got the offer there, so we left Trinity. But I don't know, we just disappointed him because he's a great coach from what I've heard from you. Yeah. And when he came to Trinity, it was just shocking. Because Trinity really needs to work.
Is the footy system pretty bad there, or is it like?
It's well, because you see all the other PSA schools, you might have heard about this when you were a bit younger in your teen years, but all the PSA schools have like boarding schools, so they get all these country kids coming, but Trinity doesn't have that. Yeah. So, we sort of. I'm not trying to make excuses, but there are some good country players out there.
Very good country boys.
So when it comes to that, Trinity just not very good at competing. We haven't been for the last few years, so hopefully we can get back on track. But
it's a shame. I feel like if he stayed, he could have maybe turned it around. He's a very good guy.
I feel like he would.
Culturally, I think he's one of the nicest guys I've met as well.
Yeah. Now going on to you, Jake. You played 4 league games this year.
Yeah.
Is that how did you find the step up from reserves? How big is that difference?
It was pretty big, obviously longer quarters and stuff, so you get pretty tired, and then bigger body, especially when I got thrown in the ruck against I think one of our ruckmen went down against the Eagles, and I had to go in the ruck, and it was versus I think Rotham and Dixon, so it wasn't an easy task.
In your first game playing against Joel Hamling.
Yeah, Joel Hamling, Hamling had 4 touches, but he locked me up. And that was against Fife as well that day. So
oh my god!
It was a pretty cool experience though.
Yeah, I mean, because you played against big names.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's good to look back at that. It was a challenge for you.
Yeah, it's good learning.
Yeah. So I was just about to say that. You probably learned a few things going back to reserves. You probably adapted and.
Yeah, for sure. You go more confidence going back to the reserves.
Yeah, confidence is very important. Now, going on back onto the grand final side of things, Corey, you missed out. This is something I really wanted to talk about. Yeah. You missed out the last 2 years, which would have been very frustrating, I can imagine.
Yes.
What sort of kept you going, from stopping, giving up?
Yeah. Do you want me to talk about the last 2 years?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the first one was the Colts grand final in 2020. Yeah. It was. That was a bit of a COVID year, so that was a pretty tough year overall. I just couldn't get picked at all, not for any games. I just didn't get picked for the grand final, which wasn't too bad because, like I said, didn't get picked for any games. I do feel like I probably could have been in that side, but
Just,
it
that's
didn't
what it is,
happen.
yeah.
And
It was
the
a pretty stacked team.
I was, and like it was a shortened year, so it was pretty tough. And then the year after, it was a reserves grand final. I played Colts most of the year, and then a lot of the Reggie's boys like were pretty low on numbers, so I had to go up. Played, I think, like round maybe 18, so the last round or two against WestPerth as a small forward, and I did not too bad, so they were pretty happy with me. And then I think I played 2 finals.
Yeah.
And I was only in the side because Matt Johnson, who's playing for Dockers now, he was playing state game, or was the
Yeah, it was a state
was
one.
it the state game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
curtain raiser.
Yeah, it was like the curtain raiser MCG, so
No.
that was why
Optus.
Optus,
Yeah.
yes, at Optus. But so that's why I played the prelim. So I knew like I had to play well to like keep my spot, and I didn't have the best game, but that's alright. And then didn't get picked for that, so that was pretty heartbreaking. Like considering I missed out on the
Would
year
be.
before, and I was like, it was pretty tough to get through, but I got through it, and the boys unfortunately didn't win. But from what I suppose, it did make it a bit easier for me. But I did want them to win. But I think what got me through it was generally just wanting to prove people wrong. I reckon, told a lot of times that I just, like, especially in that Colts year, like I just wouldn't be good enough, or I was too small, and like I wasn't good enough at trainings and stuff. And I think just that fight to want to prove people wrong, and just prove myself right as well. That I believed in myself that I could be
100%.
good enough at that level, and I can win a premiership for Subi. And
Yeah.
I think I just want to prove myself right, and others wrong.
That's more important, I think, proving yourself right than proving others wrong. Because like saying, I can do this, let's go and do it.
Yeah.
Which you did. Your team won the grand final this year, which is something you'll never forget, which is great. And you were like quite emotional after the win.
Yes.
I was emotional for you, but after that siren went, what was like going through your head when you lifted up the trophy? That feeling, all the emotions.
It was quite a bit of disbelief at first, because like you said, the game was so close. I just never knew who would win. And then when that siren went, I just remember running around like crazy and just like not even knowing what to do, because I just like never experienced it before, and just I was trying to soak it in, but it all just I don't know, it all just went so quick. And I think Jake ran and found me, and then
I was on the bench for like last minute or so.
Yeah, and then like I said before, then like just going over and like seeing your family was really special.
Yeah.
And then and just being with the boys and like lifting the cup. I reckon I had the cup the most out of everyone. I had the flag. Like the whole time.
You were still holding it, walking back into the change.
I couldn't let go of it. I was just like I just didn't want to let go of it, and it's really special.
Yeah, and Jake, I mean, what a moment for you. That clutch goal at the end put the team in front. What sort of like made you take that shot from that angle?
Well, like at first, if you look at it, I actually played on, and then I kicked it and then bounced and then hit the out of bounds post.
Were you going for goals when you played on?
Yeah, and I fully missed it, and then umpire said you can't play on from that sort of rule or something, because I think it was over the shoulder.
Okay.
So I had to go back, and then I was never going to pass it. Like I slotted one there against Perth in like round 8 or something from about that spot, and so I was like, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
And then just kicked it. It was nice.
Well, mate, paid off. It was a bloody good kick.
I don't think anyone backed him in. Like I remember, for me specifically, I was just like thinking just to set up and just like I was like just at least score a point, because I think I was a draw at that point.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So I was like at least score. Like I didn't even think he would just kick it from there and kick the winner.
Yeah.
Like that didn't even come to my mind.
Yeah, even me watching on the sides, like when I was like, I don't know, taking that shot, but mate, you kicked it.
Because even before that, like maybe 5 or 10 minutes, he missed an easier one.
Yeah, I was straight
in
front,
front,
50 out, and I missed. But then like first quarter, I kicked
Backed
one
yourself.
from about 40 out on a slight angle, so it was like hard ones.
Now, it's talking on more the future stuff, like where do you see yourselves over the next few years, whether that's footy or life in general?
Yeah, so for me, I think I've always been someone who just takes like sort of short-term goals and just doesn't want to look too far ahead. So for next year, for me, I just want to try to get myself in the league side.
Yeah.
And that doesn't have, not saying the whole season, like would be good to make sure I qualify for Reggie's at least for finals. But I think
play a few games.
Yeah, definitely want to play Reggie's again next year, and hopefully I can crack into the league side for a couple of games and go alright, and that would be my goal. Yeah.
What about you, Jake?
I'm pretty similar. Hopefully, play a few more league games than I did this year. Hopefully try and get the ruck roll or something in the league team, which would be nice. There's a couple of boys leaving.
Yeah, we'll be short on rucks, and Subi have gone smaller rucks before as well.
Yeah, so hopefully it'll be nice, and then just see how this year goes, and
and that'll be really good because journey like futures, Colts, reserves, and then league. Like it would be a really really cool experience, I think, for you guys. So and I'm excited to watch it because when you play league, play it on TV. So I'll be watching whether I come down or on TV. But just before we go, question we ask everyone. If you could be any athlete in the world, who would it be and why?
I'm not too sure, but maybe like Trey Young. He's probably as good a shooter as I am, so I already sort of like him, but he earns a lot more money, so it'd be pretty nice. But if he had more hair, it'd be perfect.
More hair, he does.
Balding,
for me, I'd say LeBron James, I reckon. I just think I love what he's done, but I also just love the person that he is. Like all his foundations are really cool, and you can just tell how close he is with his family and stuff. And I think he's been someone who's never let his success get to him. He's always been like a really good guy, a really good teammate from everything you hear. And it'd be interesting to see when he retires and hear like more of his stories and stuff. It'll be pretty interesting.
Do you reckon he surpasses MJ?
I personally do think he's a better basketball player than MJ. Yeah. But I think MJ's
legacy,
the most successful player to be in the NBA. So it's a hard one.
The most successful though is Bill Russell and
but I don't really think they count.
But it's just MJ.
It's like different
it's a different era. It's really hard.
It's such a hard debate.
It's a hard debate. But I'll take LeBron. Are you the same?
Yeah, I haven't watched MJ, so you sort of got to
recency bias. Is definitely a thing. But what about you?
I would always say MJ. The reason why is because I always hear LeBron when he's interviewed and someone asks him that. LeBron says, he based his game off MJ. So if MJ was never there, then LeBron wouldn't be.
Who'd MJ base his game off? Then we go to him.
But that's
a good point.
That is a good point. That is a good point.
Go to like Magic or
I don't know. At the end of the day, LeBron's just an insane player. How old is he now? He's like
36.
He's
37 even.
He's still going strong. So
he could still win another. If we win another chip, I think it'll be.
It's done. It's done. I'd agree with that. Alright, well, thank you boys for coming on.
Feel good.
Really wanted to, go into the experience of the grand final, the reserves. It was a great game. A lot of people were there, so thank you for coming on. Go and follow Instagram, TikTok. This will be on Spotify. You're probably watching this on YouTube right now. But thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next episode.
Thank you.
Thank you.